I'm Bonnie Lee Apple, and I work for the Reading Reform Foundation in New York City, which is a nonprofit literacy organization. I became certified to teach Spalding, and Reading Reform Foundation sends me out to many inner city schools where children who have absolutely no skills at all learn how to read, write, and spell. Direct instruction in reading, writing, and spelling is all about what I do, and it's the Spalding Method that I have learned 20 years ago that has made me a passionate advocate for this program. I feel that I want to become an ambassador for this program on the East Coast. I feel that it needs to be spread more because children really learn the tools that they need to become excellent, successful readers, writers, and spellers. This method is so wonderful, and I've seen such tremendous results with it, that I believe that this program should be taught at the college now. Women and men graduating from the colleges of education who go into the classroom, they ask themselves, well, how am I actually going to teach reading? And this is the way you teach it. I've been around many programs, and had I known this program when I was in college, this would have been a gift, but it's still a gift to me because I absolutely feel that I am touching the lives of so many children, so many teachers, so many educators. Teachers who I've worked with and veteran teachers have said to me, this is what I've been looking for my entire career. This is the missing link. And we don't want them to not do their own programs, but we feel that this program will enhance anything else that they do. Many people think that this is just a phonics approach, but it isn't. It's a total language arts method. And children and teachers become so empowered because now they have the tools to really teach and for the children to really become active participants in the learning process. Well, the Spalding Method has 3 instructional elements. It's the spelling component, which is really the foundation of the method, because without that, they can't read, write, and write. So spelling is where we devote most of our time in terms of teaching. But then we also do a lot of reading, direct reading instruction, and direct writing instruction. The philosophy that drives the program is what we have to keep in mind every day as teachers and educators. This is a multisensory program where we teach auditory learners, visual learners, and kinesthetic learners. We don't tailor-make a program for each of those types. They all learn it because it's multisensory, and all the information is going right up to the brain. And so they're engaged by hearing the sounds of the English language, saying the sounds, writing the sounds down, and saying the sounds, and reading the sounds. The reason why it's called the writing mode to reading is because the children are actually reading their own work before they actually read from a book. And it's a method that it's a structured method, but children, their focus is amazing when they learn this program. Instead of sitting in cooperative learning groups, they're facing forward, which is a very important tool because they are not making reversals. They actually see how letters are formed. Their handwriting is beautiful. Handwriting is taught simultaneously with the spelling and the alphabetic principle. So everything is done pretty much at the same time, and children get this review every single day, and we accumulate more and more what we call the phonograms, which are letters that make sounds and words. So the goal is that they become independent in terms of their own spelling, their own reading, and their own writing. And we teach reading and writing the same way. We directly teach it from the most simple to the most complex. And children then feel successful. And we also believe in, it's a child-centered philosophy, in the sense that we as educators are very concerned about the mental and physical well-being of children. And what I mean by that is physical well-being. Are they sitting in a position in school where they are ready to learn? They're not slouching. We actually teach them how to sit. We teach them how to hold a pencil. We also stress mental well-being, where we praise children. Many teachers have criticized children in front of a group of children, and with this whole bullying that's going on in the world, we are very, very aware that children need to be respected and appreciated and praised for their good work. And I've seen children come around from being behavior problems to actually focusing and really engaged, totally engaged in this process. I see brains working. I mean, I tell my children when I'm teaching, I know the brains that are working in this class because I can see you thinking. I love when you raise your hand, and many children, they raise their hands all the time, asking questions, analyzing words, and just totally involved. We want to make our teachers independent educators of this method. We want to make our children independent learners. It was produced in the 1920s, 30s, and 40s, and it was published in 1957. But it has been research-based, scientifically tested, and it incorporates all of the elements of what the National Reading Panel has done since 2000, which is phonemic awareness, vocabulary, fluency, comprehension. It is an old program, but it works, and it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. All you need for this method is a pencil, a paper, and your brain. That's all you need. We don't have separate grammar books. We don't have separate supplementary books that have worksheets. We don't need anything like that, because all we need is our brains. And that's the simplicity of this method is what makes it so beautiful.